we're going to make a little pit stop. We're going to pause the timer. We're going to put a pause on the shiny hunting because I got a little tier list that we are going to fill out. We're going to be rating the shiny Pokemon starters. I have all the shiny starter Pokemon and all their forms all sorted out here. You'll notice that some Pokemon, like the OGs, you know, the Kanto starters, Johto starters, they have more than one sprites, more than one shinies available for us to rate. That's because the shiny starters did change a bit early on, specifically generations 1 and 2 had different shinies for the most part in generation 2 than they did going forward. So we're rating all the shinies. We got forms, we got megas, we got one Gigantamax up there, I believe. We got regional variants, Ash Greninjas on here, Pikachu and Eevee. They are starters. They are starters in game. Not their evolutions though, because every game that you can get a starter Pikachu or Eevee, they can't evolve. So we're only rating those two here. You know, we'll rate the Eevee evolutions at another time. The good old tiering, whatever, I guess the tiers you want to call them. At the very bottom, we have the Goldango tier. The Goldango tier is for shinies. It's like, what is the point of them existing? There's no change here. A little bit above that is the why is it green tier. What are we doing here? Green shinies, not a fan of that. Next up, we got water for dogs, aka dog water. Not a very good shiny. You know, is not green. It has changed. It's just not a good shiny. Then we got the middle tier, middle of the row. I mean, it's all right. It's just baseline. It's not bad. It's not great. It's all right. Our first good tier is going to be, hey, that's pretty good. You know, it's solid shiny. Maybe not amazing, but I like it. We got good soup. This is for your shinies that bring you back wanting more. It's the good, delicious meal. We enjoy this. And then the cream of the crop, the very top, we have Cap Lifting Mjolnir. This is for the shinies that'll leave you whooping and hollering, standing up, cheering like a madman, because it's just that damn good. To start it off, we got the OG shiny Bulbasaur down here from Crystal. It's not too terribly much different from a regular Bulbasaur because I mean, it's just green body. They do darken the bulb at the top of it going forward. The bulb and the OG one, it's kind of the same shiny as the body. This one, I gotta say, it's all right. This one's just fine. I don't like that it's monochromatic. It's all right. You know, Bulbasaur going forward though, generation 3 and onward with the darker bulb on top of it with a little bit of a more crispy green. I think that's pretty good. You know, I think it's not bad. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. You know, it's solid enough shiny. Then we got OG Ivysaur. Really, the only difference between OG Ivysaur and moving forward Ivysaur is the leaves, lighter shade of green instead of dark green, and the bulb on it isn't quite. It's still yellow. You know, they got a little pop of color, but you know what? I'll say that's pretty good. You know, I like it. I like the little yellow bulb on top. I'll say that's pretty good. And I gotta put the other Ivysaur, and that's pretty good as well. I don't know if I'd say they're quite good soup for me, but they're solid. They're solid enough. OG Venusaur. OG shiny Venusaur. This one's gotta feel like I mean, if I put Ivysaur in the pretty good, I gotta put Venusaur there. I mean, they're basically the same shiny. It's the same concept. Alan says that Venusaur is good soup. I do like the flower opening up. It is a solid. That's more just Venusaur's design though. I gotta be honest, I think this one goes and that's pretty good for me as well. The flower it does pop a little bit more, the flower. I think I'm gonna have to leave that one and that's pretty good. That's just for me personally. It doesn't blow my mind, you know, it's solid. I don't think it's absolutely out of this world. Mega Venusaur, maybe it's just the 3D models because they don't have the best saturation. They look really lifeless and dead. I think I gotta put it in it's all right. Again, it might be just the saturation of the 3D models, but something about Mega Venusaur doesn't speak to me quite the same. So we'll go right there. Now moving on to the line that's going to have maybe the most opinions, the most fanboys related to it. We got the Charmander line, the Charizard line, OG Charmander and moving forward Charmander. I almost didn't even put the two different ones on this list because the only difference is OG Charmander has a gold flame. Regular Charmander, like moving forward, gens 3 and onward, has a regular flame with a gold body. That one's a good soup. That is good soup right there. I like the gold flame. I really like it. I think it, I just like it. I like the all gold. I think it looks great. And regular Charmander, even though the flame is not gold, I also think that is good soup. Gold shinies just rock. They just look good. I enjoy gold shinies. And that leads us to the first iteration of Charmeleon's shiny, which is not good. That is water for dogs right there. It's almost Goldango tier, to be honest. Like, be real in the chat. How many of you probably like thought this was just regular Charmeleon right here? That is shiny Charmeleon. That's not regular. It's almost Goldango tier. Like, it's barely a change, but it's a change enough that I can't put it down there. But it like, there's no gold. It's just a little kind of orangish red. It's not very good. But regular Charmeleon, you know, moving forward, the gold one, that's good soup as well. Now for Barney Charizard. Charizard with a purple body and yellow wing, or not yellow wings, green wings. But I think that purple Charizard with green wings, that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. I like it. I would not have been mad if Charizard kept this shiny for its entire duration, but it went to the iconic black and red. I feel like such, I mean, it feels too generic. It feels too predictable. It feels too just, you know, on the nose. It's a top tier shiny. I love the color scheme red and black. I know it's basic as hell, but I gotta put Charizard as the first cap lifting Mjolnir. It's too good. Yeah, shiny I really want to get shiny Charizard in Gen 2. I like it shiny there. I think it's cool. But then we got Mega Charizard Y. Now, I almost didn't include this one on the list because it's basically the same thing as regular Charizard, but it is slightly lighter. It is kind of like a gray. It's a grayish with a little bit of a hue, something else. I can't honestly tell what it is. It's not full on black though. The Charizard I do have on screen up here is a bit lighter than Charizard is in the 3D. Surprisingly, in 3D, Charizard is darker than this. It is full on black going forward. Whereas Mega Charizard Y is like a grayish. I think it's good soup. It doesn't quite hit the same chord as black Charizard. All black Charizard of the shiny. See, the green Megazard is pretty good too. So yeah, that does bring us to our first green shiny of the day. Mega Charizard X. Why is it green? Doesn't matter. That's good soup right there. So Ryan was asking, or someone, I think it was Ryan, all green shinies go there? Not all of them. Sometimes a green shiny does work, and I think Mega Charizard X is an instance of a green shiny that actually works. It looks good. It could be the fact that it's a very, you know, it's a bluish green as the light blue belly and the red wings, but that's a good soup shiny. That one's pretty solid. It's close to cap lifting Mjolnir, to be honest. That is close to being a top tier shiny. Then we got OG Squirtle, which really the only difference between regular like Squirtle moving forward and OG Squirtle is that the belly is green, whereas, you know, moving forward the belly is tan. I think it's pretty good. I think that's a pretty good shiny. I think it's solid. I would like the body to be a little bit different color, but you know, I like the green belly. I think it's pretty good. There's 2 more Squirtles on here because for some reason in generations 4 and 5, shiny Squirtle gets really dark. Just in gens 4 and 5. Every other generation, it's this light shade of, you know, blue. But for some reason 4 and 5, it gets dark. So the very light, like, you know, popping out blue for this shiny Squirtle right here, I think that's good soup. I like that shiny Squirtle. When, you know, Pokemon go from a blue to like a lighter blue, I'm not always the biggest fan of that. I like the colors to really change, but I like that one. I think it looks really good. As for Dark Squirtle though, I gotta be honest, that's just an alright. It's just alright to me. Original Wartortle, kind of in the same boat as OG Squirtle. Green belly, the rest of it going forward is tan belly, so I think we'll put it again, and that's pretty good. I enjoy it. I think it looks cool. As for like shiny Wartortle moving forward, I think that's just all right. It doesn't super speak to me. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. OG shiny Blastoise. This Blastoise right here from Generation 2. That's cap lifting Mjolnir right there. That is a good ass shiny. The gray, I mean, okay, there might be a little bit of a tendency for me to put the gray kind of black shinies up there at the top, but in combination with the green belly, the green shell, the gray skin, it looks like a tank. It just straight up looks like a tank. And I think that is a terrifically good shiny. I love it. I love it so much. I think it's great. And as for regular Blastoise with the purple, or the pinkish purple skin and the blue, or the green shell, I should say, that one's good soup. I enjoy that one. I think it looks really good. You know, I don't think Blastoise had a drastic drop off in shiny, but I do think the original shiny was a bit better. Now, Gigantamax Blastoise, what are we doing here? Normally, if we literally have a tier that is, why is it green? Why is the shell not green? Why is the shell brown? That is like the one redeeming trait for the green shinies is I like Blastoise's green shell. But it's just brown. The skin is like the same, it's like a really light, I don't know. This one's honestly water for dogs for me. I don't like that shiny. I don't know why the shell is all of a sudden brown and not green. All right, OG Pikachu. Back when Pikachu was a little chunky, a little bit of a fat little rat here. It's honestly not that big of a difference. I almost didn't put regular Pikachu or OG Pikachu on here because it's really just a slightly darker shade than traditional Pikachu moving forward. But I like it as a darker shade. I think it looks better. So this Pikachu is good soup, whereas this Pikachu, it's just all right. It's in a weird spot where like it is also very close to being Goldango territory, but when I was, pulling all this together, looking at the shiny Pikachu versus regular Pikachu, it's different enough that I'm not putting it in Goldango tier, but it's still not great. It's just an average shiny. It's fine. I like the darker, more orange Pikachu from the OG. And then shiny Eevee, it's again, basically the same shiny, but very dark in the OG Gen 2 sprite right here. I think this one, it's just all right. It kind of just looks like it's, in what, noir film, black and white from way back in the day, not the games like black and white television. It might be pretty good actually. I don't know. I think that one's just all right for me. I think I'm gonna leave that one in all right. But shiny Eevee moving forward, not quite as dark. It's like a grayish brown with the white mane. I think it's pretty good. I think that's a pretty good shiny. Also, I'm not tiering any of these within the tier itself. Like, I'm not saying shiny Bulbasaur is better than all the ones that follow behind it. They're just going in no particular order. We might tier the cap lifting Mjolnir section just because there'll probably be very few in here, but yeah, the rest of them are just kind of going in there in no particular order. OG shiny Chikorita and Bayleaf, basically the same shiny between the two. When you have a grass Pokemon where leaves are very prominently a part of its body, and its shiny doesn't look like autumn fall leaves, I feel like it's a missed opportunity. I understand you can't do it for every single shiny out there, but I love the way this Chikorita looks. I think it is good soup. I like that. As for Chikorita moving forward, I think it's just all right. I do kind of like the more golden leaf at the top. Actually, I do like that golden leaf. But the body is like so similar to regular Chikorita. I'm gonna put it in pretty good. Actually, I've convinced myself I'm putting it in pretty good. And we'll put, like I said, Bayleaf is basically the same shiny as Chikorita, so we're putting them up there in good soup together. I like the fall kind of rustic colors right there. Bayleaf moving forward though. I love Bayleaf. Bayleaf is my favorite middle stage starter. I know, crazy. I love Bayleaf probably because of the anime, but I think it's shiny. It's just all right. It does have kind of that fall-ish theme. Like it has the same body color as the OG Bayleaf. The leaves, I guess the leaves are kind of, I feel like I do need to go with my gut and not try and talk myself out of stuff though. I gotta leave it in all right. I don't like it quite as, now looking at that, I kind of want to pull Chikorita back down. Yeah, I'm pulling Chikorita back down. I have talked myself back. They're both just all right. But Meganium though, Meganium, you are our first victim of the Goldango. Like, yeah, it's shiny Meganium. I almost said Goldango, Meganium, combined with Goldango. Shiny Meganium just really doesn't change all that much. Or am I misremembering? Now I'm trying, actually its leaves might be more red. It's a bare change. Like it doesn't change much. Like it is very close to being Goldango. The leaves are red. These are more like pink. The body is a little bit, I don't know. What do y'all think? Should we leave it in Goldango tier or is this just a bad shiny? Because I don't like it. It's either water for dogs or it's Goldango. It might be enough of a change though that we just put it in the dog water tier. Goldango. Yeah, it's really a bare change. Like it doesn't change all that much really. We'll leave it in there for now. Maybe we'll revisit. I might change my mind later on, but I will keep it as a Goldango for now. But that takes us into what might be the best shiny on the entire list. The best line of shinies, I should say. And it is a damn shame we did not keep these shinies going forward. But, you know, if the OG shiny Cyndaquil line had kept its shinies with the purple mane and the purple black body, we might have never gotten Hisuian Typhlosion here, because basically Hisuian Typhlosion is just OG shiny Typhlosion. But yeah, the entire Cyndaquil line from Generation 2, that's cap lifting Molnir right there. Like, those are damn good shinies. And it's a shame we didn't get to keep them. I don't hate the Cyndaquil line moving forward, but I gotta be honest, they're all just all right. Basically, the only thing that changes is the body goes from like a blackish blue to like an orangish red, and the underside of the body is basically the same. The fire, no different. They're just fine. Nah, I don't hate them. I don't love them. They're fine. Now, our second victim of the Goldengo tier is Hisuian Typhlosion. It barely changes. The only thing is its body is like the bluish black is like a slightly lighter shade. Even less, you know, this one is straight up Goldengo tier. It does not change. I was very disappointed when I was looking into this and saw this shiny. OG Totodile, yeah, I think it's time. We have our first instance of why is it green? Because like going forward, yeah, the Totodile line going forward has a little, it's like a tiny bit of green in there, but it's like, it's not even, I wouldn't say a tiny bit of green. It's like a very light blue. Maybe there's the ever so slightest shade of green in there, but like Totodile going forward, so much better than OG Gen 2 Totodile. It has little purple spikes on the back, which is nice, but like the majority of its body is just green. I don't really like that. So we got our first, why is it green? Totodile moving forward. That's actually tough. Is this a cap lifting Mjolnir? Is this the top tier, or is it just really good soup? I do like the shiny Totodile line moving forward. I think it is a really good looking shiny. I think I gotta go with, I think it is a top tier shiny. I think these shinies are top tier. I think they look really good. I love their color schemes. I think it's great. I think Croconaw. The purple spikes do tempt me a little bit to not just throw it in the why is it green tier. It's not as green as Totodile, like it's a bit more blue. So I think this one might just be, I might just call this one all right. Like it does enough that I'm not like just purely thrown off by the greens. I think I'll say the same thing for Feraligatr too. Let's see, with that, we will move on to Generation 3 and the Trico line. Oh, I don't want to be too, I don't want to be too liberal with the cap lifting Mjolnir tier, but damn, the shiny Trico line is really freaking good. These shinies are damn good. I think I gotta do it. I think I gotta do it. They are really good shinies. Like they're grass types, so staying a little bit green. They almost have the same exact color as the Totodile line. Like it's very similar. I like the red accents. I think those are just really good shinies. Oh, and I guess Mega Sceptile. Yeah, we gotta throw it there too. It's the same thing. So that is also a great shiny. Now you say that Torchic has to be S tier. It's definitely the best shiny of the evolutionary line. Gotta be honest, the rest of them are not I'm just going to go ahead and throw this one out there. Combuskin, Goldengo tier. Combuskin, like it barely changes. Like it's so hard to tell shiny versus regular Combuskin. Torchic though, I think personally for me, Torchic is good soup. It's a good shiny. I do like the color inversion. Blaziken. Blaziken's really close to Goldengo as well. Like Blaziken is dark enough that like I think you can tell that's the shiny versus the regular. I don't know. It is really tough. Like this might also be a Goldengo tier. This one's I think if I throw Combuskin down here, I feel like I gotta throw Blaziken in here as well. It's just not. I don't love it. It's too similar to the OG. Now Mega Blaziken has a bit of a golden sparkle to it. The orange is, yeah, I think that's pretty good. We're gonna have to throw Blaziken in the Goldengo tier. It's just, it doesn't change. It's kind of disappointing. What's not disappointing though, the Mudkip line. This is a great line. This is a terrific line, but I think it's just a good soup line. I feel like I can't go too crazy with the cap lifting Molnir with the S tier. Like, I love Mudkip is my favorite starter. I love the line. It's a great shiny, but I don't think it is quite the like epitome of shiny. Like it is really good. I don't know if I can put it at the very top though. Like if I were to tier the good soup, I think the Mudkip line would be at the very top. Like I think these are as good as it can get without being like just the top of the, you know, the very best. And then that'll lead us into the Turtwig line. I'm just going to go ahead and jump to this one. That's another Goldango. Why? Like, just Torterra barely changes. That's another Goldango right there. As for Turtwig and Grottle, I gotta be honest, despite them being grass types, I kind of want to throw them in the Why Is It Green tier. Even though they're grass types and being green should work for them, I'm kind of not feeling the green. It's not working for me. I kind of feel like they deserve to go in the Why Is It Green tier, even though they're a grass type. Something about them, I don't like the green. I don't like the way it works on them. It doesn't vibe with me. Now for the monkeys. I think this is another good soup line. I think these are really good shinies. Infernape does flirt with the Goldango tier, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's dark enough, it is pink enough, like, or vibrantly red, whatever you want to call the color. You can tell it's a shiny, but like, it does kind of flirt with the Goldango tier with the rest of its body. I do think that's a good soup line. I do like those shinies. Now for regular for Piplup and Primplup, Piplup line is Goldango. I don't know if I'd go with Goldango for the Piplup line. Like, I can definitely tell that the shiny, like, these are different colors. I don't think they fall into the Goldango line. I think they're all right. I don't think they're great. Whole line Dog Water, really. I don't mind. Like, I don't love them. I think they're fine. Empoleon, I'm flirting with kind of like pretty good, but I think that one might just be a bias because I like Empoleon's design and the shiny is not what's speaking to me here. I think I will just go all right. I think they're just middle of the road fine. I don't love them. I don't hate them. Snivy line, though, definitely Snivy. You're in the Goldango tier. You look no different. Servine, you're not in the Goldango tier. I can tell you're a shiny, but you're not a good shiny. Same with Serperior. Serperior might is close, but I think those are both Dog Water. They're not very good shinies, in my opinion. Now it's time. It's time for the boy, the one that we are hunting for today, the Tepig line. I feel like I need to be nice to it. I feel like I don't need to, Serperior is perfect. I don't know. I can't, I don't like the Serperior shiny. I don't like it. I think Tepig as a shiny, it's all right. I gotta be honest. I know we're hunting for it. We've been at it for 7 months. I should probably be nicer to it. I don't like it. I wouldn't say I don't like it. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I think it's perfectly fine. I think it's just middle of the road. I think Pignite is pretty good. I think Pignite looks good. I like the little purple swirl, purple blue that it has on the tuxedo, whatever you want to call it, the unitard, leotard, I don't know what you call that thing, that wrestlers like wear. Shiny Emboar, the entire reason that Tepig was the first shiny we were hunting for a Black 2 shiny living dex, that is, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm putting it up there already. That's the best shiny. Bar none, hands down. I think did I say that about Blastoise? I might have. I don't remember. No. It's Emboar. It is the best shiny on this list. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? It's the best shiny we have here. Oshawott, another Goldango. You barely change. Duwat, you're close. Honestly, the whole line's close. Definitely Oshawott. You don't barely change whatsoever. Again, am I falling for the design? I like Duwat's design. It does, like, I can tell it's shiny though because of the purple. I'm gonna actually go with all right for this one. I don't think it's the worst. That one is just all right. Samurott. This one's tough because, like, I can tell it's shiny, but it is still so close to the original. I don't think it's Goldango, but I don't like it. So that one is going into the water for dogs. Not a fan. Now, Hisuian Samurott. I think that's pretty good. I like Hisuian Samurott. I think it's pretty good. It's not quite good soup. It's pretty good. Chespin. Actually, I think Chespin's also in the pretty good tier. I like Chespin's changes. I like the brown on it. I think it looks cool. Quilladin. Same thing. I know people's stance on Quilladin as a Pokemon. I think the shiny's pretty good. Chestnut. It's another one that's really close to Goldango, but I don't think it's quite there, so I'm going to put it in Dog Water. Finnegan line. I know how people feel about the Finnegan line. I know how people feel about Delphox. These are damn good shinies. I think Finnegan is a good soup shiny. I think Braixen and Delphox are top tier. Actually, you know what? They're all top tier. What am I kidding? I like the fact that Finnegan is gray, Braixen is purple, Delphox is a combination of both. I like the flow into the shiny line. Froakie and Frogadier, man, this might be controversial. I know people love this line. I think these two shinies They're all right. They're different enough. They're obviously not Goldango tier. I don't think they're horrible. I don't think they're great. I think they're fine. Greninja though, there's no there's no hiding this one. That's a top tier shiny. Is same reason that Charizard's up here. Black and red is a damn good shiny. I think Greninja actually does it better. I like Greninja. It looks great. Ash Greninja is on here because it is actually slightly different. Y'all might not be able to see it the best on the screen, but Ash Greninja is more of a, like, honestly, I can't even see it that well. I know there's a difference when I was looking at them. Regular Greninja is a lot more dark. You know, it is straight up, it's like jet black. Ash Greninja is like a bluish gray. Like, it's not quite the same as regular Greninja. And honestly, I don't like the change. It's good soup, but it's not top tier like regular Greninja. Also, the tongue not being bright red is now like pink. I don't like that. In fact, now that I look at it, I kind of want to drop it down to pretty good. I'll leave it in good soup though, because it might be Greninja's design swaying me, but it's fine. It's good. It's good soup. The Rowlet line. This one's tough, but I think these two are good soup. I like those shinies. Those are pretty good. Decidueye, that's another top tier. Decidueye shiny is really nice. Is it because red and black is in there prominently? Yeah, probably. I do like the hood, you know, being green still. I think that's a great shiny. I think it looks really good. But Hisuian Decidueye, you know, in theory, it's cool that it has just the colors of regular Decidueye as it's shiny. But in terms of it, like, if you didn't know that, if you didn't know regular Decidueye existed, I think it's an all right shiny. Litten and Torracat and Incineroar. Yeah, I think these are bad. I don't know why. I just, yeah, looking at them more, especially Incineroar. If I had a tier below the dog water tier, I think I would put Incineroar there. I really don't like shiny Incineroar. Litten and Torracat, not great. Incineroar, honestly, is kind of worse. Popplio, Goldango line right there. That, I mean, what's the difference? You look the exact same. It's hard to separate not liking Pokemon versus not. See, okay, so for me, I like Incineroar. That's the thing. I know so many people hate Incineroar. People hate it as a competitive Pokemon. People hate the design. I like the Litten line. That's my favorite starter line from Alola. But I don't like the shiny. I hate it. I don't think it looks good. Is it because they take the red and black and change it? Maybe. Maybe that's why I don't like it. Brionne, dog water. It changes enough. It's not a Goldango, but I don't like it. What's the Primarina? I blanked on the name for a second. That is a good soup shiny. I like the yellow hair. The yellow hair, I think, sells it for me. If it wasn't for the yellow hair, I think it would still be... no, the yellow hair really does tie it together. I'm sorry, I gotta just, now that I'm thinking about it for myself, not just reading the comment, I'm actually gonna drop that one down to pretty good. The rest of the body is fine. The yellow hair does sell it for me as a good shiny. I'm actually gonna say it's pretty good. I like it. I don't know if I'd say it's good soup. Grookey line. Y'all aren't why is it green, but like, I don't like the green that you are. Scorbunny is a pretty good shiny. I like Scorbunny. I think that is pretty good. Reboot is a good soup shiny. That is a very solid shiny. I feel like there's a way they could have like slightly done something else and it would have been a cap lifting Mjolnir shiny, but it's still a good soup shiny. And I think I would actually not say the same for Cinderace. I think Cinderace is also pretty good with Scorbunny. I think Reboot looks the best out of all of them. Sobble line going into Generation 9, the last ones. I think Sobble and... Actually, no, they're not all right. Actually, I do like them. I think Sobble and Drizzile are pretty good. I think that Inteleon is a top tier shiny. I think shiny Inteleon is wonderful. I don't really like Inteleon as a Pokemon. I think it is a great shiny. And I have a shiny gold Pokemon card of Inteleon. It's beautiful. I like the shiny. I think it looks great. I have never really evaluated the Gen 9 shinies ever. I never really thought about them until now. And I gotta say, I'm not feeling any of them. Looking at the entire lot right here, all 9 of these. Sprigatito, you are a Goldango. Are you even shiny? I don't know. I'm questioning if I actually put the shiny in the tier list or not. Honestly, same with Florigato. Are you shiny? I'm not sure. Simply because of the flower on Meowscarada, I can tell you're a shiny. Again, I gotta separate the design from the shiny, because I do like Meowscarada's design. Even though Sprigatito and Florigato fall into the Goldango tier, I actually think that Meowscarada is all right. I don't love it. I don't hate it though, is the thing. I think it's all right. I don't know why that one in specific. The other two, definitely Goldango. Meowscarada, I think I can give a pass for some reason. Fuecoco, I can tell that you are different, but I don't like it. Same with Crocolore. I don't think y'all are very good shinies. I don't like the colors. Skeledirge, I forgot. I legit almost called this thing Torch Song. I almost said Torch Song here. Skeledirge. I think it's pretty good shiny. I think it's a little bit outside of, it's honestly barely outside of the all right tier. Like, it is probably at the very end of the pretty good. Quaxley, I can tell that you're different. You know, the blue on top is very minty compared to the blue normally, which is very watery. I don't know. I think shiny Quaxley is all right. I think that is all right. Oh, I don't like, this one might purely be because I don't like Quaxwell as a Pokemon. I think its design is, it might actually be my least favorite over Fion, or Brion, I should say. Fion, Brion, because it's basically the same shiny as Quaxley, so it feels weird not putting them in the same tier. But I feel like I just have to put Quaxwell in dog water. I don't like it. And then honestly, Quavel, you were very close to being Goldango tier, but I'm still gonna give you, I don't know where to put you. Are you all right or are you bad? I think you're all right. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to stick with that. That is where we are. Is there any way I can get this on screen better? It's kind of long, but I guess this is our finalized tier list right here for all the shiny starter Pokemon. Now for the very tippy top, the best shinies on the list. I said Emboar is the best shiny and I stand by that. We're gonna leave that there. The second best shiny we have up here, I am going to order these just because it's the top tier. I think the second best shiny up here is Greninja. I really like shiny Greninja. I think you are second place. This feels crazy. I think Inteleon is the third best shiny up here. I really like shiny Inteleon. I think it looks really good. I think I'm going to go with OG Blastoise. I like OG Blastoise. I'm going to put you at number 4. I am then going to put the entire Cyndaquil line, basically the entire Cyndaquil line, they're basically the same shiny. So yeah, basically the Cyndaquil line is all together for 5th place. Same with the Feraligatr, the Totodile line. I think y'all are a good 6th place right here. I will put shiny Charizard here at 7th. I think I'm good leaving the Trico line here where they are. I'll put Decidueye. I do like shiny Decidueye. I'll put you there. Yeah, I like the shiny Fennekin line, but I do think of the entire S tier, y'all probably the weakest. I almost did put y'all, or at least Fennekin, in good soup. So I think that's fair. I think that'll be my definitive. These are like the best shinies for starters, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, if you wanted to do your own, I think I've honestly never really used this website before, so I can't say for certain, but I think if you just Google, or not Google, look up on tiermaker.com, shiny starter Pokemon, I think you should be able to do this yourself. So it is available for anyone who wants to do it.